The National Archives has informed Donald Trump that they will soon be handing over Mike Pence's records, handing it over to the House committee that's conducting an investigation into the insurrection. One of the most compelling documents they've requested was this paper airplane Pence threw out the window of the Capitol. It says, "Help, my voters are trying to hang me." The committee they're not just looking for what the documents say, they also want to assess how much pee is on the documents to understand how afraid Mike Pence was during the riot. Trump must hate this Pence releasing his documents. It's like when your ex starts tweeting your text messages, you know? Our crazy ex-president is busy blaming everyone but himself for what happened January 6th. Last night, I mentioned he called for an investigation into why Mike Pence refused to overturn the election. Now he's trying to pin the riot on Nancy Pelosi. Uncle Scam did an interview with Newsmax, during which he once again made the false claim that he called for 10,000 troops to protect the Capitol from the nuts he instructed to march over there.
Nancy Pelosi should be investigated for doing such a bad job on Capitol security. I asked for 10,000 soldiers, and we would have given 20, and it's well documented, to go, and because I knew how big the rally would be. The rally was a protest against a rigged election, and I knew how big it was going to be. And I said, why don't we have soldiers there? But she's in charge of Capitol security, and she didn't want any soldiers. So she's responsible for it.
Yeah, none of that's true. It's not well documented. In fact, what was documented, according to Trump's former defense secretary, is that he wanted troops not to protect the Capitol, but to protect his supporters. But at least that's a lie he can dance around. This one somehow got no pushback from the journalist interviewing him whatsoever.
Antifa and BLM were causing such problems, including death. Don't forget, with the exception of one young, fine woman, nobody died on January 6th. Nobody died on January 6th. They like to say 5 people, but nobody died on January 6th.
Right. With the exception of one fine woman who died, nobody died. Not counting deaths, there were no deaths on January 6th. 4 people died as a result of the riot on January 6th. 4 people died that day. Another 5 Capitol police officers lost their lives in the days that followed. I know it's hard to count on those little orange nubs you call fingers, but that's not 1 death, that's 9. You know, I promised that if I showed any more clips of Trump after he lost, I would show him naked. And so we did a lot of work today, and here you go.
You want to go back into this war zone? I mean, you're flirting with it right now. You're not going to announce, and I understand that. But to go back into there, I think people would have to say you're crazy.
Very simple reason. We have a great country that's going to hell, and it's going to hell very fast, and we're not going to have a country left. And I did a great job. I did more than most presidents would do in 30 years. We're going to make America great again. I sort of say it, I smile, but there's nothing to smile about because our country is going bad.
Right. Well, he's lost weight, at least, I guess.